got ripped off by another trucking company, man. So I had only worked there for 2 weeks, but guys, it was. Here's the thing, it wasn't who you think. It was not who you would think it would be. That's what gets me about it. I avoided those people. I avoided that whole area. And you guys, if you know where I'm talking about and who I'm talking about, just comment it below. Somebody's gonna know. I avoided those people in that whole area. So what I did was I started looking at companies in an area closer to me, and so I found Dallas, Texas. And I called a company out of Dallas that had pretty decent reviews, right? But guys, they fake the reviews. They fake those things, right? So, and I've also heard that some of them are making drivers leave good reviews before they'll give them their last check. That's extortion, right? Okay, but anyway. So, it was an Indian 1099 company, truck driving job where you pay your own taxes. But anyway, so Indians, man, I thought they were supposed to be on the good side. Anyway, so I drove for this company. I get there, most of their trucks were pretty screwed up. But one truck out of the three they had available was a nice truck. It was a Freightliner. It even had those fancy seats in it, like you see at Joplin 44 truck stop. They look like they're fake leather or something, but man, they were very comfortable. The seats were very comfortable, and the truck was governed at 72. Okay, but one issue was okay with the pay. Okay, I could have swore they told me that I was going to be making 60 cents a mile, but then when I get there for the orientation, they spring it on me that they only pay 52. What? That was pretty much a shock in the first place. But I was like, I'm already here and I need to make some money. So with a 72 mile per hour truck, I can run some miles if they have decent dispatchers, right? So I told them that. I said, hey, give me a good dispatcher. I'll run some miles because I need to make some money. And so they said, okay, all right. With your experience, we'll give you the best we got. And I believe they did. The dispatcher was great. Oh man, this guy was wonderful. He knew what he was doing. Okay, kept me rolling. So that first week, I ran over 4,000 miles. I ran 4,200 miles the first week. Okay, well, when that second week came around and it was time for them to pay me, this knucklehead from freaking accounting calls me and tries to haggle with me on my paycheck and says, sir, we understand how many miles you ran and everything, but we can't pay you that much. We need to pay you. How about 1,500? I said 1,500. I said you guys owe me over $2,000. Why would I take 1,500? That makes no sense. Now there was in the contract. In the contract, it did say they take $100 out a week for 10 weeks for an escrow. 100 a week, nothing else. And I told that lady that. I said, the contract I signed says you can only take out $100 a week for an escrow for 10 weeks. It doesn't say anything about, taking out five, six, or $700 from my check. And she goes, I understand, sir, but we need to pay you 1,500 because this 2,000 is too much money. I said, too much money? It wasn't too many miles for me to run. You need to pay me what you owe me. And she goes, oh, well, the owner is going to call you. Okay, so, all right, so I'm starting to freak out at this point because I'm in the Northeast. For one, they told me they didn't even go Northeast. Okay, so, yeah, I was kind of a little worried about that, being I was in freaking Maryland and they claimed they didn't even go Northeast. Then they tried to tell me they didn't know Maryland was in the Northeast. Is Maryland not Northeast, people? Maryland is northeast, right? Wouldn't you consider Washington D.C. area to be the northeast? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, so the owner calls me, and then basically it's like the guy thinks he's buying a used car. He starts trying to negotiate with me on my pay, and I told him I ran over 42. I ran over 4,000 miles. I ran 4,200 miles. You guys owed me over $2,000, and he goes, "Oh, that's just too much to be paying. I can't be paying a truck driver that much money." I'm like, "You had no problem running me those kind of miles." I said, "You need to freaking pay me. You got paid, you need to pay me." He goes, "No, no, 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 no 2,000." He goes, 1,500. And I'm like, "No, no, no." I told him, I said, "Man, you guys are just going to have to route me back to Dallas because I can't drive for a company that won't pay me." And he goes, "Oh, you going to quit?" He goes, "Oh, okay. All right, hold on." He goes, "I'll tell you what I'll do." He goes, "The best I can do is 1,700. 1,700? I'm like, "Dude, you owe me over $2,000. And then he goes, and I told him stuff like, "I can't drive for you if you're doing this, you know." And he gets kind of angry, man. And he goes, he just starts saying he can't pay that kind of money, you know. And then so he says, "I'll tell you what, I'll talk to accounting and see what we can do." And then the lady from accounting. Now, mind you, I'm in my second week at this point, though. This is another problem. I've done run not 1 week, but now I'm working on 2 weeks that I've run with this company. Okay, and that first week I ran 4,200 miles, which was pretty freaking hard to do, even with the 72-mile-an-hour truck. Okay, so I had done a 34, and I had started back up, all right? And that second week, I was positioned to run probably about 3,500 miles. At that point, I knew that. Right? So I'm thinking this, and I'm like, "God dang, man! If he rips me off, I'm not just losing $2,000. I'm losing the 4,200 miles I've already ran, plus what I've run of this week. You know?" Because if I have to freaking quit, he's gonna take everything. They're not gonna pay me at all. I'm pretty sure. So luckily, the lady from accounting said the owner said to work with you. Uh, so that she just texted me. Owner said to work with you. We're gonna pay you today. And I was watching my bank account. I didn't get paid that day. But anyway, uh, I got the impression they were going to pay me the full amount that they owed me. Well, the next day when I got paid, it was not the full amount. It was $1,900. I shouldn't have said $2,000 on the phone because they owed me more than that. But because I said 2,000 on the phone, they stuck with that and deducted 100 from that and paid me $1,900. They owed me over 2,000 because I ran 4,200 miles. Anyway, so I said, okay, maybe that's partly my fault because I said $2,000. So then that second week I ran, these son of a gun shorted me 200 miles on my check, plus took out the escrow. By the time it was all said and done with that second week, I was paid $1,400 for running 3,400 miles. Dude, I was freaking mad. I was like, "Forget it, man." And I told my dispatcher, I forget where I was at. I told him to route me. I think it was in Tennessee, but I told him just route me to Dallas because I can't do this, you know. And he called me on the phone and he explained to me that we both work for the same guy. He understands exactly what I'm dealing with, and he had no problem routing me back. And he did. He routed me right straight back to freaking Dallas, dude. And I turned that truck in. But it is such a shame that companies do that. And here's what I think people don't understand about trucking is it's so easy to get into a job where you're getting ripped off like that. I wonder how many people just get out there and just deal with it and just say, "Oh well, I'll just let them rip me off." And are those the people that troll us on here for telling the truth? We tell the truth about what's really going on out there, and then people will troll us and get mad at us for talking about it. Why? Are you guys just letting them do it to you? I don't get it. And how in the heck are they so exempt from employment laws. I don't get it. Anyway. But other than that, your only options are really to drive for mega carriers, and we all say they don't pay enough, but at least they do pay you. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, the money you can make out there is the draw to it. But I don't know. Part of me just wants to just go get a local job, be done with it. But I'll keep you guys posted. That is what happened to me on this last job. Only worked for them 2 weeks. Right now, I'm in between jobs. I'll let you guys know what happens. Share some of your experiences down below. What would you have done in that situation? Got ripped off again. Boy.